The James Island Trojans football team is 4-1 so far this season. Today, I talk one-on-one with the head football coach, Jamar McCoy, for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Coach Jamar McCoy, welcome to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. You are the head football coach at James Island High School, obviously the Trojans.
Yeah, go Trojans. Go Trojans.
Yes, indeed. Who is Jamar McCoy these days as coach?
I'm just an ordinary guy just trying to make my life better and people's lives better around me one day at a time. I made a move here in 2020, my family and I, to come down here and coach in the low country. And, I've enjoyed it. Moved here in March of 2020 and, it's taken off from there. I've been welcomed with open arms down here in the low country, and I'm extremely appreciative of that.
That is amazing. So how are you making other people's lives around you much better?
Just helping them realize their dreams. I try to be a goal setter and a goal accomplisher. I have a leadership council around me, which is comprised of 11th and 12th graders on my football team. And I have them set weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals, and we try to attack them one at a time. And with the leadership committee, the goals are birthed out of the locker room. And with the kids on the leadership committee, once they hear what the kids in the locker room want to do and how they want to do it, we try to set goals for ourselves and accomplish them.
So what else is being birthed out of the locker room, Coach?
Some of the things, just trying to be better citizens. And you have to excuse my hands. I've been painting. Obviously, we got a game this week on Thursday. But just trying to be better citizens, trying to be better student athletes in the building, trying to earn and gain scholarships, be collegiately eligible their senior year. So, different things. They want to win more ball games, want to be looked at as a good football team and a good football program. So, we take all these things into account and we set goals and we set out to accomplish them.
And how many of those goals that you have actually set that you are actually accomplished thus far?
When we set goals, we have an end date in mind, and we try to accomplish all those goals. So every goal that we set forth, we've accomplished. I try to make sure, kids don't have some unattainable goal, because that's not what life's about. You don't want something crazy like I want to go win the lottery. That's left up to chance. We want to write down attainable goals that the kids can see, that are actionable, that they can put some action toward it and accomplish it. So every goal that we've written down, we've accomplished.
And what action has been taken behind that?
Different action, getting tutors for the kids to help increase GPAs and class awareness. Winning more ball games. I told the kids, in order to win more ball games, you got to put more time in the weight room. Got to have at least 95% participation during the summertime. We had 90% participation during the summertime. Another thing, win more games than we won last season. Right now, we're 4-1. We won 5 games last season. We got 5 games left. So, that's one of our yearly goals that we put forward. So, we're making strides to accomplish the goals that we've written down for ourselves.
And speaking of the games, obviously you all lost to Cane Bay last week, Friday. And when I interviewed Coach Jamie Chadwell with Coastal Carolina for Quintin's Close-Ups recently, he says this quote: "You don't lose because of your players. You lose because you're not willing to do the things you need to win." What were those things last week with Cane Bay that you all didn't do, Coach?
We had some miscues on special teams, and I tell my kids all the time, if you play special teams, you got to be special. And we didn't do some of those special things that we normally do. We're normally pretty good with punting the ball deep downfield and pinning our opponents deep in their own territory, and we was unable to do that due to some bad snaps and some miscues and some different things. So, we saw those things. We went back on film, and we plan to correct them today. Mondays are made for corrections, as we say around here. So we got all our notes and everything from our meetings yesterday and breaking down film all weekend. And, we plan to correct those things. So special teams miscues, a couple defensive miscues, and a couple missed opportunities on offense led to our demise on Friday night. But I take nothing from Coach Zaire and the Cane Bay Cobras. They have a great bunch over there, a great ball club. Coach Zaire is a very, very knowledgeable guy of this sport. And he had his kids prepared and ready to play. And when you play in teams such as that, you can't make too many mistakes. And they capitalized on all our mistakes.
Wow. So what were those other missed opportunities from the defensive side?
On the defensive side, there are some things that we had to shore up. Cane Bay was able to run the ball effectively, and we didn't get enough stops in time to be effective on our side. And we'll fix that today. They also was able to, pull a couple of their guards on some mid lines and get up to our linebackers and block our linebackers before our linebacker could come downhill and make a play. So, we're going to see that style of offense again in a couple weeks versus May River. And, we're going to have to make some corrections in a hurry if we plan to beat May River.
Oh, absolutely. So, Coach, let me ask you, how are you putting forth a campaign to increase your lofty standard?
Every day, I just try to take it a day at a time. I try to stay prayed up. Growing up in a house with my grandmother, she was a praying woman, and she constantly had us in church. So, I just try to stay as humble as possible, keep my faith first, and just put one foot in front of the other. I always that W.E.B. Du Bois quote, it's better to build strong men, young men, than to repair grown men. So I try to build strong men, strong character, in the young men that has been put in my realm. And I try to, just make sure that they're prepared to be great citizens once they graduate high school. And I feel if I can make the difference in just one or two young men's lives, all of this has been worth it.
Yeah. So what else do you want to build on with your football team?
I like to win the state title. I like to win the region title. I like to win the lower state title. So, I like to be, the number one community service provider when it comes to hours with my young men. So they need to know that it's more than just football that's out here. You got a community that looks up to you that you have to be a part of. You're just a part of the whole. So I want them to be law-abiding citizens. They graduate from James Island.
And from my research, Coach, it looks like this. It looks like you have 12 returning starters and 6 newcomers.
Yeah, absolutely. And that number is split evenly from defense and offense. So we had 6 guys come back on defense, 6 come back on offense, and we got some new incoming kids that are definitely value added to our program that have done a tremendous job this season for us.
So, who is your most impactful player right now?
Offensively, I would say our most impactful player is. It's too many to name. They've all been really good.
Yeah.
I could Whooshy Ravenel, Montre Scott, Braxton Scott, Liam Nixon, Connor Norris, Magnum Chestnut, Maverick Chestnut, John Garrett. These guys have been playing wonderfully on offense. Defensively, Walker Woodall, Ty Maxwell, Marcus Adams, who've been impactful both ways. Marcus has been balling out on offense and on defense. Amontre again, DeMarcus Green on defense. It's just too many to name. Jaden Whaley. I get in there and forget some names, and kids like, Coach, you just say my name. But I think as a unit, offensively, defensively, we've been doing a wonderful job. And it's a team sport. Yeah. So, we've been playing well as a team on both sides of the ball.
And this might be a redundant question, Coach, but for Mr. Marcus, who is actually his supporting cast that he has around him?
Marcus has a great supporting cast, starting with his parents, Renee and Mark Adams. As a matter of fact, those two, I met with them today, had lunch with them, and we talked for about 30, 35 minutes. So I spent my lunchtime with them, and they're a good couple. They're great parents for Marcus. And then, the supporting cast are his brothers in the locker room. They all feed off each other. So when one is having a bad game, they boost the other one up. So I mean, this is such the ultimate team sport. So Marcus has been helped by everybody offensively and defensively, and vice versa.
Now, which player is carrying a bit more weight, obviously offensively than in years past?
Liam Nixon. He's had to step up. The guy that was in front of him, Braxton Scott, broke his collarbone, so Liam had to come in and play right away. And Liam and Braxton have been battling for the starting job the last 2 years.
Wow.
And Braxton barely just nudging him out. But Liam now is carrying the load of the offense, and I think he's doing a wonderful job, in doing what he does. Because playing the quarterback position isn't easy. But iron sharpens iron, and Braxton and Liam have been sharpening each other for the last 2 years. So Liam now has the weight of the world on his shoulders when it comes to this offense, and me bearing down at him. So it's a gift and a curse, as they say. So, but Liam is putting on more than he has in the past few years.
So this might be a silly question or a tricky question, Coach. But what are your key roster concerns right now?
I don't have any roster concerns. We're back fully healthy.
Oh, good.
OL position, 100% healthy at all other positions. So I really don't have any roster concerns right now.
That is amazing. So to continue to build off what you have already accomplished and done already, what player can lead this defense?
Walker Woodall. Walker Woodall leads our defense. He plays lights out. He did a wonderful job at Cane Bay. He was coming through, tackles for losses, forced fumbles, everything. Walker Woodall is an absolute dude over there on the defensive side.
Wow. So, Coach, let me ask you this. What are the two toughest games that you are prepared for mentally?
So our next game is going to be tough, Colleton County, and the game after that, May River. I try not to look past any opponents. We're playing Stall and First Baptist, and everybody kept asking about May River. I was like, no, the next team is the best team. So our next game is going to be the number one team in the state, Colleton County. I don't care what the papers rank him or the media. I say they're the number one team, and that's how we're going to prepare. And we're out here preparing for them right now. Full gear, full bore, and we got to buy this week. But we're locked and loaded. We're ready to play.
Wow. So, and this is too early to ask, but what opponents have actually surprised you thus far?
Lucy Beckham. Lucy Beckham has surprised us a lot. Their first go at it with a full varsity schedule, and they're sitting at 4-1. They surprised us a lot. I thought they were going to be a middle of the pack type ball club this year, and when you know about high school sports and how everything kind of goes, you kind of understand that a team that hasn't played a full slate of varsity games it's a load. But they seem to have taken to it pretty well, and they shocked me. I wouldn't have had them at 4-1 at this point in the season, but there they are, 4-1. So hats off to them, and they're playing great ball over in Mount Pleasant at Lucy Beckham.
Yeah, and what schools are actually middle of the pack in your mind?
There's some teams out there, but I think everybody has their ups and their downs and their challenges and opportunities. So I won't name any names, but everybody is trying to be better and improve upon that situation.
And how do you hope to be better as a coach?
I hope to be better daily with everything I do, the studying that I do surrounding my job, the reading. I'm currently reading Tony Dungy's book.
Oh, yeah.
It's a devotional, but I mean, it's still good to give you that motivation, that intrinsic motivation to get up and continue to do what you do. Because sometimes, you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And it gets like that for all coaches. And I mean, if any coach tells you different, he's not being forthright. So, just daily trying to be the best leader that I can be to lead these young men and the men on my staff, trying to be a leader of men, and just keeping my faith first and just staying prayed up.
That's really, really amazing. That's all you can do. Well, James Island head football coach Jamar McCoy, thank you for your time, and again, welcome to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Hey, I appreciate you having me. It's awesome that you thought of me to bring me on. I truly appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome anytime.